Just as Father Mulcahy used to give his blessing to others, I will be happy to give you mine if you so desire. It doesn't count for much, but I would be happy to give it to you, nomine domini. If you don't remember my name as Mike, that's okay. You're encouraged to call me Father, because after all, I am a father. I have 2 children. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit here. My life didn't start as a father. It started long ago as a child in north central Minnesota in a town named Deer River, hard along the banks of Leech Lake, below Lake Winnebagosh in the Chippewa National Forest. It was May 2nd, and I'm told that over 3 feet of snow fell on the land that day. It was a whale of a snowstorm. It's no wonder that to this day I love the sound of falling snow. My father was a mink farmer, and my mother was a displaced city girl, totally out of her element in that frigid environment. And to this day, she'll tell you that up there in northern Minnesota, they have basically 2 seasons. They have winter, then they have the 4th of July weekend. After about 4 years of living the good life in what some people would call heaven on the banks of a walleye lake, my mom talked my dad into returning to the Kansas City area, and we ended up in Overland Park, living along the side of Metcalf Avenue at about 72nd Street. I was soon to enter kindergarten and start a lifelong love of learning. Some of you may remember a thing called the bookmobile. It was a large truck filled with library books that used to travel around Johnson County dispersing books. My mom took us to the bookmobile so often that she grew to know the drivers' names in most of them. Later, we began frequenting the library at Antioch and Shawnee Mission Parkway, but it was books, books, and more books, and fond memories of the bookmobile back in the middle 50s. My childhood spanned the 50s and the 60s, so you can probably figure out how that went. Boys chasing girls, girls chasing boys, boys getting into trouble, me included. I won't share the details here, but suffice to say that I spent some of my adolescence as a juvenile delinquent. Let's just say that I know what the inside of a cop car looks like from the back seat. But enough of that childhood history. I did manage to graduate from high school and KU, so it wasn't all a washout. I served in the Marine Corps during the Vietnam conflict, and I lived to remember it. And then it was on to real life adulthood. I met a swell gal, Carol, and began dating her about 33 years ago. We were fishing one day, and I realized that she was more of a keeper than any of the fish that I was catching. So I asked for her hand. She gave it to me, and it's been bliss ever since. No, I didn't say I've been blitzed ever since. It's just been fun. That's all. We went on to have a boy and a girl who grew up on us and have their own lives. But we still get to spend a lot of time with them. Now it's adult time and not knee bandaging time, though. No grandchildren. Career-wise, I've used my civil engineering degree to do engineering work, sales engineering work, and finally roof construction inspection work. So just like MASH, stayed on the air for about 11 years, but eventually ran out of story ideas and had to sign off. I think it's about time to put Father Mulcahy to rest for today. Enough stories for now. If you want to know more about me, or if you want to know if you would like to have my blessing, you'll have to ask. But ask politely, please.